Today's video is dedicated to the happily engaged couple, Mo and Ashley. Atra gulie un ilian tather ono, un atra ono wiese scolaro fra rather. May luck and happiness follow you, and may you be shielded from misfortune. Atra isterni ono thelduin, Shirkdagel. My name is Will of the Lore, and welcome back to the World of Eragon. Today we'll explore one of the most consequential events in the history of Alagazia, the war between the Elves and the Dragons, known in the ancient language as Fyrn Skulblaka, or the Dragon War. Our story begins long before the founding of the Dragon Riders, with the arrival of the Elves in Alagazia in 5217 AC. The exact reasons for their departure from their distant homeland, Alalea, remain shrouded in mystery, but what is known is that they crossed the vast ocean in silver ships and eventually settled in Dueldenvarden, the great forest in northern Alagazia. The Elves were proud and arrogant then. When they first encountered the dragons of Alagazia, they failed to recognize the creature's intelligence. To the Elves, the dragons appeared as little more than wild animals. Enormous, powerful, beautiful, but ultimately unthinking beasts. This grave misunderstanding laid the foundation for a tragedy that would shape the fates of both species. The spark that ignited the war came when a brash young elf killed a dragon, treating it as if it were mere game, a prize to be hunted. In their fury, the dragons retaliated with unrelenting ferocity, striking back to slaughter not just the elf responsible, but all the elves indiscriminately. The elves, caught off guard by the dragon's wrath, sought to end the hostilities, but lacking the ability to communicate with the dragons, they failed in their attempts at diplomacy. What began as a single misguided act spiraled into a brutal and bloody conflict, or as it is known today as Fyrn Skulblaka. At first, the Elves fought defensively, reluctant to escalate the violence further. However, the dragon's strength, ferocity, and magic forced the Elves into a desperate fight for survival. The war raged relentlessly for 5 years, devastating the land and leaving scars that would linger for centuries. The battles were so fierce that even the dwarves, uninvolved as they were, devoted vast space in their art and records to the destruction wrought by the conflict. The dragons, unyielding in their vengeance, burned forests and shattered cities. The Elves, too, committed crimes of genocide, developing cruel new weapons, and going as far as ambushing brooding dragons while they slept, slaughtering them and smashing their eggs. The turning point came when an elven youth named Eragon, a name that would later echo through history, discovered a dragon egg. The origins of the egg remain a mystery. Perhaps its parents were killed in the fighting, or left as a desperate plea for peace. Whatever the case, the young elf saw the potential for a new path forward. Eragon raised the dragon, naming him Biddam in the ancient language. Over time, they formed a bond of trust and friendship, unlike anything seen between the two species. When Biddam reached maturity, they took a bold step. Together, they traveled across Alagazia, attempting for peace between their species. Through Eragon and Biddam's courage and wisdom, the dragons were persuaded to meet with the Elves. These efforts culminated in an unprecedented event, the forging of a treaty between the two species. To ensure lasting peace, Queen Tarmanora of the Elves and a representative of the dragons agreed to end the hostilities. A spell was devised to bind their fates together in a bond known as the Blodrin, or the Blood Oath. Thus marked the beginning of the Dragon Riders, serving as a bridge between the two species. The aftermath of the war reshaped Alagazia forever. The Dragon Riders became a symbol of unity, ensuring that no such conflict would ever arise again. The Riders' influence grew, and they eventually established their home on the island of Rowengard, building the legendary city of Doru Areba. To honor the peace forged after Fyrn Skulblaka, the Elves began holding a festival every 100 years in Elismira, the Agati Blodrin, or the Blood Oath Celebration. This 3-day event commemorates the bond between the dragons and the elves through art, song, and magic. The festival begins with the lighting of a weir light by the reigning elven monarch, a light that burns throughout the celebration. The war between the elves and the dragons remain at the forefront of collective memory, a reminder of the cost of misunderstanding. It is a story of loss, pain, and ultimately reconciliation, showing that even the deepest wounds can be mended when trust and cooperation prevail. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of Fyrn Skulblaka. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and comment down below. I'm always around to answer any questions. As always, a huge thank you to everyone who helped make this project possible. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my fellow co-writers and editors, Hello, my name is 99, and Dense Brilliant. Your guidance, insight, and unwavering support are deeply appreciated. I'd also like to thank the artists who made this experience truly unforgettable. SheWhoBreathesFire, Stinacia, Pakhee Jha, Dull58, Jake Smidt, Ainsley McGovern, Folke Muller, Neylica, Christopher Paolini, and Ainsley. I may guide you through the story, but it's your creativity that shapes the world. My deepest thanks to each of you. I especially want to thank Amy Josh for her incredible help with the animation. Amy has supported the channel since the very beginning, and she's played a huge role in getting it off the ground. If you're starting a YouTube channel, a Twitch stream, podcast, or even your own business, I highly recommend her for her design and her passion. Finally, a huge thank you to the man, the myth, and the legend himself, Malte Wegman, for his amazing music. If you haven't already, go support him and subscribe to his YouTube channel at Malte Wegman. That wraps up today's video, folks. Join me next time as we continue to explore the World of Eragon. Seonar Suerdar Sichi Havas. May your sword stay sharp.